So how was the tour overall? How was the audience?
A turnê foi muito legal. Tinha muitos anos que a gente não, né, eu não fazia um set ao vivo, e eu fiquei surpreso com a recepção depois de muitos anos. Passamos por todos os países, foram 4, 6 países, e todos os shows foram shows, assim, bem bacana, cada um com a sua característica de cada lugar. E terminamos hoje aqui com uma apresentação, do meu ponto de vista, muito boa, com a participação não pela banda, mas pela participação, né, das pessoas que vieram assistir.
He said that he didn't play it for a long time, and we are so glad to be here because it was such a good surprise for us. The audience was so receptive, and each place we go, and we are really glad to finish this tour here because. I mean, it was a great performance, not because of us, but because of everybody. I mean, the crowd was really insane, and we are really glad to be here.
That's amazing. Congratulations on the tour as well. Do you have, by any chance, any favorite countries or cities that you like to play, that you remember in the past, or that you have experienced now in this tour?
Não um CD exclusivo, porque eu acho que a obra do Sarcófago, ela tem ali em cada CD, um momento específico da banda. Então a gente está tentando trazer desde INRI ao The Worst. É o que a gente tem feito nessa turnê, nesse primeiro giro.
So not a specific one, but we would like to bring all faces, all times or eras of Sarcophago, because we believe that people want to hear everything, not only INRI, not only the laws, but everything into the worst,
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. So also related to the tour experience, how do you feel coming back to the stage and coming back in front of the audience after all these years?
É muito legal tocar depois de muitos anos, me parece que 27 anos, sem pegar uma sequência, né, de apresentações, é muito legal, né, é aquela coisa, a gente, não esquece, você tem que, na realidade, readaptar, né, muitas coisas mudaram ao longo desses quase 30 anos, mas é uma sensação muito boa.
It's really good. He says it's been like 27 years since he doesn't have a sequence of shows. So some things you have to readapt and make it your own way. But it's really good. We feel refreshed every time we do that.
Talking about INRI album that you were mentioning before, how do you perceive the influence that the album has had in the past or in the future? And not only that album, but the rest of your works in the band. How do you perceive it?
O INRI é um álbum que, para a época, ele trouxe alguns elementos diferentes que o fizeram especial, não por ser do Sarcófago, né, ele trouxe ali o Best Bleach, o Corpse Paint, né, e eram alguns garotos que queriam ser simplesmente a banda mais bastarda e mais rápida do planeta. Eu acho que nós alcançamos o nosso objetivo.
Yeah, he says that INRI has brought some new elements to metal. The corpse paint, the blast beats. I mean, some things that were in the beginning. Not only INRI but the other albums had a great influence, and we could notice that by the reaction of people. By seeing people from everywhere in the world talking about Sarcophago and stuff. So it is really cool for us to perceive that after so many years and feel that it's still relevant.
Moving to a different topic, how do you feel the metal scene nowadays? Do you think it's alive? Do you think it's more dead than it was in the past? What changes have you seen in the metal scene, especially in Brazil?
Toda cena ela passa por sazonalidade. Nos anos 80 acontece a necessidade, né, no Brasil, no mundo, de ter algo diferente. Apareceram ali muitas coisas e uma das bandas foi o Sarcófago. Eu sinto que está acontecendo a mesma coisa, né, uma coisa bem semelhante agora, né, nesses últimos 10 anos, que vai trazer muita oportunidade para sair bandas como o Sarcófago, com certeza. Eu acho que a cena está fortalecida, sobretudo na Europa, na América do Sul, né, e a gente tem uns amigos que têm acompanhado a gente também, né, dos Estados Unidos, né, USA, e eles também têm nos trazido que a cena, né, para esse tipo de som também tem crescido bastante.
So in the 80s, there was people were feeling that need to to be more extreme, to go beyond the limits, and experiment with that. And the scene is pretty much alive. We don't see as a more dead than was before. Things are only different, but he says that especially in the last 10 years, we saw a lot of stuff going on, and in every part of the world. I mean, things will always be different, but in a significant sense, they are so alive. So we have friends like in USA and here in Europe who can talk better about that, but we can on this tour perceive that, So we don't think that was old school was better. It's just different,
There's been this thought in the other interviews that we have been doing that they think, the other bands, that the new generations are struggling to find and like a place in metal scene. They are like struggling also to listening to this kind of music. What do you think about it?
Bom, quando eu comecei a tocar, a minha geração, sendo no Brasil, na Europa, nos Estados Unidos, teve a mesma dificuldade. Todo mundo tem que procurar um lugar ao sol para se mostrar e trazer algo realmente diferente, né? Não é fácil, né, para que isso aconteça. Eu concordo também, mas não por falta de talento, por nada disso, porque fazer algo que vai trazer, né, algum complemento diferente, marcante, né, é difícil. O Sarcófago, quando gravou o INRI, o seu primeiro trabalho, ele não foi compreendido durante alguns anos, né. A gente vê que hoje o INRI ele é mais compreendido do que, nos anos 80. Isso aconteceu com outras bandas também. Eu acho que é simplesmente isso, a gente tem que falar para a garotada: "Põe o pé no chão, procura trazer alguma coisa, busca identidade dentro, né, desse formato de mundo que é agora, que é bem diferente de quando nós começamos, que algo vai sair".
So in part, we agree with that because there is some struggle, but at the same time, in the past generations they were also struggling to find their way, to find their path. Sarcophago was born in a very conservative society. Brazilian society in the 80s was very Christian, and so even in the metal scene, it took a few years for people to understand Ingrid better, and we think it's better understand now. But there will always be struggle, so people have to find their way, and that the struggle must much motivate them, because there will always be struggle in some way or another. It's going to be only different, in a different shape, in a different matter, but people must find their way, find their identities in that sense.
As the last question, I wanted to ask you about the future, right? Are you planning something special for the next future, the future that it's coming, next gigs that you're planning, or next pieces of work?
Ok, o plano da banda, lembrando, é importante que não é o Sarcófago que está tocando, é o The Laos, e a gente primeiro para esse ano de 25, a gente resolveu fazer um set do Sarcófago, a gente vai voltar, a gente vai começar a trabalhar, a gente já tem alguma coisa adiantada, né, com o trabalho nosso, e para lançar músicas, né, do The Laos, e para, se tudo, né, acontecer como planejado, para dar sequência ainda esse ano nesse giro com esse repertório, introduzindo alguma coisa nova, e para o ano que vem a gente quer voltar mesclando o repertório com as músicas do Delauzo.
So, first of all, we would like to remind that this is not Sarcophago, this is the laws. Gerald was the founder of Sarcophago, and he believed that not only him, but the fans deserve to see them live with at least one member. So, our plan for now is to finish this year with the dates we already have, with this set list, plus a few more songs. And the plan for the next year is try to record an album. It's to record an album actually, and to keep playing live, mixing both new songs with the old Sarcophagus songs. So we hope it keeps going on.
We wish you the best, of course. Congratulations, parabéns, playing here, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Gracias.